Okay.
It's live. Just waiting on some people. We're just waiting just a minute for some people to jump on here. I see I have one viewer. We're just going to give everyone just a minute before we get started. And Kaylin's trying to connect here, so we will get things rolling in just a moment. Thank you guys for joining us. Kaylin's having some technical difficulties getting on here. But we will figure it out. We are smarter than the technology. All right. Looks like we've got 2 people on here. Just so you know, we're giving everyone just a minute to get on and get set up here. Thank you for being patient. We will start in just a minute. See if Kaylin can get on. Looks like we've got 3 people on here now. We're giving everyone just a minute to get on and to join us here. And Kaylin's trying to connect so you can hear her also and see her hopefully shortly. We're working on that. And just so everyone knows, if you're having any questions or comments as we go through the video, you can comment on the Facebook event page, or you can should be able to make comments right here on this video. So definitely post something in the comments if you have any questions as we're talking, and we'll try to get to that too. Got 4 people on now. We're giving Kaylin a minute to hook up here and giving everyone else just a second to join us. Let's sing a little song. Sorry, guys. Dun, dun, dun. Ah, here she is. There's Kaylin. All right.
Hey.
Hey. So we've got. It looks like we've got 3 people on here, and so that was good anyway to give everyone a second to get on. And I was just telling them that if they had any questions at all, they can either post something on that event page, or I think there should be a comment section here on the video that they could post in. So
yeah,
take it away.
Okay. All right. Well, hey guys, sorry for the lag. I was having weird technical difficulties, but we've got it now. But I'm so glad that you're here. I'm sure that more people are going to hop on because I know we had a lot of people who expressed interest. Thank you so much for taking time out of your evening to hop on and hear our stories. We are so excited to tell you more just about the things that God has been doing in our lives through this crazy Plexus opportunity that we never knew we were looking for. Start out with the disclaimer that I have to give you. And so I'm going to read it to make sure that I say it right. So this event is being held by independent ambassadors of Plexus Worldwide, not Plexus Worldwide itself. These are our personal stories and journeys. So Plexus products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Statements about the products have not been evaluated by the FDA. And as far as income statements go, Plexus makes no guarantees or projections of income. As such, representations may be misleading. Your success depends on your effort, commitment, skill, and leadership abilities, etc. So now we know, and now that is out of the way. Cassie and I are good friends from way back from when we were in high school, and Plexus is what kind of reconnected us and got us hanging out again, and I'm so glad that it has. So she and I are both here, and then Tony is going to be here, right? Is he still going to be on it, Cassie?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so Cassie's husband, Tony, is going to tell a little bit about his story too. And our friend Lauren is going to hop on towards the end and tell a little bit of her story. So we're mostly just going to want to share with you just the things that we have found that Plexus has helped us with. Wise and finance wise, and we're going to tell you just briefly about all of the products that are available, so you know, have a broad idea of what there is, but we're not going to go into crazy detail about that. So like she said, if you have questions, feel free to get a hold of us afterwards. Definitely go to your ambassador who invited you to this, and they can point you in the right direction and get the information for you, because we have ingredients lists, and we can try our best to answer whatever questions you have. So I guess I will start with a little bit of my story. So I have been involved with Plexus now for a little over a year. I started when Cassie reached out to me about it, and it was really a godsend, the perfect timing and way that she ended up inviting me to learn more. Me especially, but our whole family was in two crises at that point. One, I had dealt a lot with, say any diagnosis terms on here, so you have to bear with me. I had dealt a lot with a lot of anxiousness, a lot of mood issues after my second baby was born, and those had lingered for a good year and a half or more into my next pregnancy. And I finally started putting together the pieces, figuring out what was going on. But for the longest time, I was struggling with not being able to get out of bed in the morning. I just felt completely overwhelmed. I didn't want to with my kids. I mean, I know everybody sometimes doesn't want to deal with their kids, but I would just sob. The kids would be dragging me out of bed around 11 o'clock, and I would just be crying because I didn't want to face the day, and I didn't know how I was going to take care of them another day. And I remember that breaking point being that point when I felt one day it crossed my mind, is this what those moms feel like who and just leave their family altogether? And that terrified me. And my husband about it. I would cry to him at night and say, I don't know what's wrong with me. I feel like I can't connect with anybody. I feel like I've lost my life. I feel like I've lost myself, and I don't know what's wrong. And so through a series of events, I ended up seeing an integrative psychiatrist, because I had been on antidepressants in the past for some anxious issues and some obsessive behavioral issues. And I didn't want to go down that path again because I knew how that had made me feel before. And I knew that I still didn't feel like myself even when I was taking that stuff. So I started to see this integrative psychiatrist. What I do was change my diet. Talking to me about addressing things like making sure that my blood sugar balance was more stable through the day. Now, I'm not somebody who has diabetes or anything like that, but she was talking to me about how much that was connected to that and my overall health. She started talking to me about inflammation in my body, and she said I had a lot of toxicity. She was talking to me about my gut, and wrap my mind around this because I didn't understand why any of this should have to do with the way I was feeling. And to address. So she had me change my diet for that. She had me make sure I was exercising regularly. So I'm never, when I talk about Plexus, I'm never trying to suggest that this is a magic pill that you do instead of exercising and having a healthy lifestyle. It all has to go together. So I was doing those things, and I was finding improvements, feeling a little better, about Plexus, and she says it's about inflammation and gut health and blood sugar balance. And I'm like, well, that's exactly what I need. This makes perfect sense. So that's what made me start looking into it. That and the fact that I was dealing with continual sickness all the time. We were sick. We were going to the doctor. We were on antibiotic after antibiotic after antibiotic. And I knew people said that those aren't very good for you, but I didn't really know why. So we just kept getting them. And our baby was born. He was our newest baby. He was sick at 2 weeks old because our whole family was sick. He was sick at 4 weeks old because our whole family was sick. And at that point, we had to go to Children's Hospital in Columbus because he had to be admitted because SV. And while I was there with him, I came down with a really bad fever because I ended up with a throat infection. And I was there. And again, I remember being on that terribly uncomfortable cot bed thing, couch turned into a bed, while he was hooked up to oxygen monitors and just crying because I was so sick and I was so tired of feeling this way. And on the way home, we stopped and bought some probiotics. And I talked to somebody there who was talking to me about the importance of having probiotics to kill the bad yeast in my body so we could stop this cycle. And so once again, he started talking to me about Plexus. So all of that to give you some background. Went to this event about Plexus and started learning and decided to start with what we call the triplex combo. And that is the most common or the most popular combo of products, kind of the cornerstone of Plexus, I feel like. And so my husband started it with me. And so we started with, it's Slim, which, I don't know if you can see it, Slim, and it's just individual packets that you mix into water at either breakfast or lunchtime. And drink it. It's like a berry flavored drink, and that is a blood sugar balancer, and it's for anybody. And so I didn't really realize that everybody, for the most part, especially Americans, have blood sugar ups and downs throughout the day. And so the Slim is helping to keep that balanced. And what happens when your blood sugar is balanced is you'll have less inflammation, you'll have better energy throughout the day, you'll have better moods, you'll sleep better through the night because your body's working more efficiently through the day. So many things that are connected to that I had no idea. So when I started that, my husband and I both noticed on day 3 of Slim, we'd be crashing on the couch at night. And we would be watching Netflix. We would be done. By the time my husband got home from work, we were done. And we were both around the house at like 9:30, like sweeping the floor, doing projects, doing extra laundry. And we realized, oh, it's time to put the kids in bed. What's going on? We didn't have any idea that it was that late. So that was the day that we were both like, wow, this really seems to be doing something already. And then I started noticing how much more that I was feeling happier. I was walking around the house just feeling happy. And I was like, why do I feel happy? This is weird. I don't understand this feeling, but I was glad to have it. I started getting up at 6:30 in the morning and I would just feel awake. I felt like I could get up and I was clear-minded and I could handle things and I could start this day and I could sustain through the day. Totally different from the 11 o'clock kids dragging me out of bed crying thing. And another part of Slim, another part of the triplex is Probio 5, which is a probiotic. So where I mentioned that I stopped and got a probiotic on the store on the way home from the hospital, I went to the health food store because I knew that over-the-counter ones from your typical just grocery store are not worth buying. Good refrigerated ones. And so I went and started looking and pricing, and some of them were crazy, crazy expensive. So I tried to buy something that was kind of middle of the road. That seemed like it was a good quality from what she had said. Now this is not refrigerated. So my first thought, and if you know a lot about probiotics, maybe you're thinking, well, this can't be any good. What I didn't realize is this has been actually preserved in a special way. So your refrigerated probiotic, refrigerated is to keep the cultures alive. So the problem with that, though, is that when you take it, a lot of it has died by the time it even reaches your gut, which is where you need that good bacteria in the probiotic to be. Probio 5 is preserved in a special way so that when you take it, it doesn't even activate until it hits your gut. So then your gut gets force effect of all of that good bacteria. Our bodies are designed to have about 80% good bacteria and 20% bad. Is that right, Cassie? Yeah, so 80% good, 20% bad. And the bad is there to decompose our bodies when we die. Most of us have that because of our diets, because of the environment that we live in, because of medications we've had to take, because of especially antibiotics, steroids, on and on. And that also the majority of our immune system is in our guts. So it's no wonder that we were taking antibiotic after antibiotic and just getting sick again because we were killing our immune system every time we took one and we weren't replacing the good bacteria. So what this does is it gives you the good bacteria, but then it also has an antifungal in it and a special digestive enzyme that kill the bad bacteria that's in your body. So this is actually more than just a probiotic. It's also stuff that's going to kill the bad and help get that balance back where it needs to be. So we're killing the stuff that is trying to decompose you while you're still alive. It's kind of nasty, but it's true. The third thing is BioCleanse. And BioCleanse works really, really well with the Probio 5. So the analogy that I have heard that I like is that Probio 5 is like the hammer that is chipping away at all the bad stuff, and BioCleanse is like the broom that is now sweeping it away. So it's going to get those toxins out of your system, out of your digestive tract, and even other parts of your body. It's overall oxygenating your body and helping your body to have more energy because it's going to work better. But it's getting rid of all of the junk. And it's not something that's like making you run to the bathroom like, ooh, a cleanse, like you hear. It's just a gentle basis to keep you regular and keep things at a healthy balance. Hi, Lauren.
Hey.
So that is the gist of the triplex. And then one other thing that my kids now take too that I'll mention is something called X Factor chewables. And it's something that adults can take as well, but it's a multivitamin that my kids take, and they're so excited now because now they get to take Plexus because they watch mommy take Plexus every day, and they're always trying to steal mine. But now they get their own, so they love it, and they think it tastes good. So that's helpful. That's my story in a nutshell. Energy, feeling better, getting my immune system back on track, and super happy to be doing that.
And if Lauren, if you're wanting to go ahead and say anything, you can unmute yourself, or I'll just go ahead and tell them about my story too.
I can wait till you guys are done. I'm fine.
Okay. Okay. So my name's Cassie Garcia. Hello. We're almost at 2 years into Plexus. We started with the same thing Caitlin was just talking about, the triplex. So my story was a little bit similar to hers, as in I was especially getting sick all the time. I'm an elementary school librarian, so I was around kids all day, and all year long I struggled with catching everything that the kids brought into the room, every cold, every flu or whatever, and I had just spent one summer of just one antibiotic after another, and knowing, like Kaylin said, what that does to my immune system. I had already started looking into that, and I knew that I was on a downward spiral of getting sick, taking an antibiotic, getting sick again, taking another antibiotic, and it was no fun. And then as a result of that, also, I was gaining weight, and I was, I mean, it's just depressing when you're in that situation. So Lauren here came to work that after that summer, all excited about this Plexus stuff and feeling great. So, you know, we jumped in with that, and so I was able to, like Kaylin said, also used to be when we got home from work, Netflix on the couch until it was time for bed. Like, that was all we did. Me and my husband both. We were like, oh, we're so tired. We wanted to do this around the house, or we wanted to go out and accomplish something, but we just weren't. So that was one of the first things we noticed with Slim as we started getting that energy and feeling like, oh, it's time for bed. Oh my goodness. Not, oh my goodness, can we go to bed at 7 o'clock? So that was pretty exciting for us. And then I've, you know, like I said, I've been on using Plexus products for almost 2 years now, and I have not had to be on antibiotics since I started. That is huge for me. Like, if I did start catching a little cold or something, you know, I would double up on some vitamin C, get some extra rest, and it would go away. My body was able to have what it needed to fight that off and keep me healthy. I also was able to lose some weight. Of course, then I got pregnant, so I gained a lot back. But it's very healthy pregnancy, and now I have a almost 8-week-old baby laying over here perfectly asleep. And he's been amazing and healthy too. So it's definitely become something more than just even for my health, because it was part of keeping me healthy while I was pregnant. Now that I'm breastfeeding, it's still important. And another product we added just as soon as we started making enough to cover our cost, because, you know, we had just bought a house and we had all these expenses, but getting healthy was a huge priority for us. It needed to be. We needed it really bad. But you still can't just make money appear. So with Plexus, the cool thing is we're able to make money back also. So we were able to cover our cost pretty quickly and added the X Factor, which is a multivitamin. And I know there's like a million multivitamins out there. But this one, like all of Plexus products, is amazing. It has aloe in it to help your body absorb things better. It's fully methylated. A lot of really awesome qualities in here. It's microbiome activating. They just recently reformulated it to be even better, but when I started it, it was still really awesome. I noticed right away, like, my fingernail, I thought I like bumped it on something because I had this bump in my fingernail, and then I started looking and they all did, because where my nails were thin and peely and they would break all the time, they were growing in visibly thicker. Like, I could see a bump where it was growing in thicker until it grew all the way out. I just had to get my hair cut because the layer of hair that I was growing after I started that vitamin, it was about down past my chin. It looked like I had a whole new layer of hair because I did, so I had to get it cut, so that made sense because I had long hair. It was weird. So, but that was really exciting to me because I've always had thin, peely nails, and I've always had thin hair, and I just thought that's how I was. I didn't know that I wasn't giving my body what it needed to make my hair healthy and my nails healthy. You know, and a lot of multivitamins and things, you know, you just get brighter pee because it goes right through you. Whereas this, my body was actually using, we use the word bioavailable a lot because Plexus is really picky about putting things in their products that are bioavailable. Your body is able to use it easily. So, of course, getting your gut healthy helps you absorb those nutrients better. So I knew I got a good start that way, plus using the X Factor for those nutrients, the vitamins and minerals that I need. So that's pretty awesome. We also started their omega vitamin, or omega supplement. It has omegas 3, 6, 9, 5, and 7. I don't know if you know anything about omegas, but usually they're like in some kind of fish oil thing, and they make you burp funny, and this one is not. It's plant-based. And, of course, it's great for your heart and for your brain and all kinds of stuff. But Tony noticed, my husband, where he had trouble staying asleep all night, this made a huge difference for him in that. So really awesome. They also have an inflammation, a line of pain, inflammation, help, which there's Ease cream and then there's Ease. They just got a new label for this one, the actual capsules that helps relieve inflammation. And it's something that I could take even while I was pregnant, because, you know, pregnant and now that I'm nursing, you have to be really careful what you take. So like if I got a headache, I couldn't, you know, take any kind of pain medicine, whereas I can take Ease because it's natural. And it's really awesome. And we also have another product that I don't have here with me, but it's called Nerve. It's not one I felt really comfortable even telling people about because I don't have any nerve issues and I didn't have a chance to take it. But I had a friend of mine who started telling me she'd had surgery on her arm and somehow it cut some kind of nerve. So she had no feeling in her fingers, 3 of her fingers, and all she could feel was that like stabbing needle nerve pain. And she was miserable for like 3 or 4 months after that. And I was like, hey, we have this product. I've never tried it, but why don't you try it? Because it is supposed to help with your nerve health and create the right environment in your body for your body to produce the nerve growth hormone and help you regenerate some things. So she's like, absolutely, I'll try anything, because the doctors just told me, hey, take some pain medicine and you deal with it. So she did, and within days she noticed the stabbing pain stopped, which she would have been just happy with that because that drove her crazy. And then a few days after that, she started getting feeling again in those fingers. It was a huge deal for her. So even though that's not one I have a personal experience with, like it's pretty legit. It's pretty awesome. So, and I'm going to hand it over to Tony because it wasn't just me. Tony wouldn't let me start without him. You know, when we started, he wanted to get healthy too, and we were both in the same boat. Both of us needed to lose weight. Both of us needed energy. And he has kind of his own story, and he's going to talk to you about that. So I'm going to move out of the way and let him come over here.
Hi guys, my name is Tony, and I'm Cassie's husband, obviously. Anyway, we started 2 years ago, and I was like, you know, I want to do something more. So I started training for a Spartan race, and I was sleeping better. My muscles were recovering a lot better. But when I started, I could hardly run a quarter mile, and like I'd be winded, and I'm done for the day. But now I like every Monday, 12 miles, work out every day, 2 hours a day before work, 8-hour days at work, physical labor, and then like maybe run in the afternoon because I feel okay with it. And in August, I'm going to be running 3 Spartan races in 2 days in a weekend. So I'm pretty excited for that. But none of it would have been able to happen without Plexus, without the energy, muscle recovery, and all these amazing things. And I take Accelerator and Edge before my workouts, which gives me energy. There's the Edge, and here is Accelerator. Energy and fat loss, and also helps with recovery. But yeah, so I think that's it. It's good. All right, thanks. Bye.
And other than Accelerator, another thing that you could take that's similar but works differently is Boost. You wouldn't take both. He's tried both of them and he just decided he liked Accelerator better. So they also have Boost. Right. Not for pregnant or nursing people, but for other people. Sorry, I left my phone. Kaylin, did you have anything else to talk about, or you want Lauren to go ahead?
She can go ahead for right now, and then we can finish talking about the rest of them. So she doesn't have to wait. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. How many people are on watching?
I don't know how to tell.
I think we have
never mind.
5. Yeah, 5 or 6. It's kind of going around.
Awesome. Well, hi, everybody. I'm so excited to just share my story with you really briefly tonight. I promise I won't keep you long. My name's Lauren McCoy, and I'm currently a senior Ruby ambassador, and I live in Parkersburg, West Virginia. I've lived in Ohio and Alabama during my life, but I went to college up here and settled down, met my husband, and we both became teachers, which means we both became very tired people who had kind of sedentary lifestyles. And so my friend Cassandra kept talking to me about trying Plexus. And like Cassie and Tony, I was not going to start without Eric. He was not going to start without me. So we jumped in together. We both joined as ambassadors, but it was strictly to get the products at the cheapest price. I told that signed me up, I was like, please don't ask me about posting on Facebook. Don't ask me, anything about that. Like, I'm not that person. I don't want to be that person. And so about a week into the products, I was changing my tune. I seriously had to eat crow, you guys, because these products are amazing. Before Plexus, I suffered with panic attacks. Like I said, I was tired all the time. I had gained about 20 pounds since graduating high school, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you gain weight a little bit over time, it's kind of like, at what point do you do something about it? You start to feel uncomfortable in your own skin, and I didn't like that feeling. And so, made a change, made a decision to do something different, and loved what the products did for me. And the energy was unreal. That's what Cassie really noticed when I went back to school that fall. And so, third grade, and my kids noticed, that I was pretty happy all the time. I was, they liked that about their teacher. And I wasn't super serious about my business in the beginning. I shared with people, because I loved it. It's just like when there's a sale at Old Navy, or, strawberries at the grocery store, like you're going to tell everybody about things that you love. And so I started sharing, and hit the rank of silver in my first month. And when I went gold in November, I don't know if I said this, I joined in July of 2015. When November came around, I hit the rank of gold. And gold was when I got my first paycheck with a comma in it. And it really woke me up. Like, it opened my eyes to this opportunity. And so I started being really intentional about my business, working very hard. And that spring, I hit the ranks of Senior Gold Ruby and Senior Ruby 3 months in a row. And for those of you unfamiliar with our compensation plan, at the rank of Senior Ruby, I was making about double what I was making as a third grade teacher. And so that was obviously a huge, impactful thing for my family. And what that did for my husband and I, we had decided that we did not want to have children unless I could be a stay-at-home mom. About 6 years at the time. And we were kind of at that place where it's like, okay, are we going to have kids or not? And what Plexus really did was it allowed me to dream reawakened again. And so our son was born in November, Sawyer. He's almost 8 months now. And I was able to walk away from teaching when he was born without fear, not having fear about how are we going to pay our bills, our student loans, and how are we going to afford, having kids is expensive too. It's an extra expense. So how are we going to do that? And it has just been, guys, the most unbelievable blessing in my life. And it just keeps getting better. I love saying that I'm a Senior Ruby ambassador, but in a couple of days, I'm going to be hitting my Emerald promotion. And that is the promotion where you're making 6 figures a year. You get an annual trip to Hawaii for you and a guest, all expenses paid. So I'm going to put on my lei. Keep handy for all my calls. And a Lexus, they pay for you to lease a Lexus and drive it around, you guys. This is an amazing opportunity. And for someone who's an introvert, like, call myself shy, but I'm definitely an introvert. Didn't really post on social media a lot prior to Plexus. A social butterfly. Like, I was not popular in school. I was the total nerd. Still am a total nerd. I'm not one of those people. Like, and I don't have it together either, you guys. Like, I'm lucky if I shave my legs once a week, especially now that I'm a mom. And so anybody can do this. It's about hard work, dedication, and taking a little bit of time every day to commit to sharing and answering people's questions and just sharing what you love. So real quick, I just want to tell you a little bit about our compensation plan, because it's different than anything else out there. We are not a party planning company. If people have Plexus parties and events like this, it's because we're sharing what we love. We don't have to have parties. There's no sales quotas. There's no, go out and sign up 3 new distributors every month. Nobody knocking on your door telling you what you need to do. Your business is your pace, your timing, and we really do work it when we want to in the nooks and crannies of our day, because like I said, no parties. With your ambassador fee that you pay, you have a website, and so you don't have to ship products to anybody. We don't keep inventory of anything. Everything is done through our website. Department is amazing. They handle any kind of billing, shipping, all of the questions with that. And so $4.95 to be an ambassador for a year, and you can do whatever you want with that. It's up to you, and the sky is the limit. And actually tomorrow is my 2-year anniversary, so I'm gonna have to pay my $34.95 again for the 3rd time, since it's an annual thing. And it always makes me just kind of laugh. Is it worth it? Is it worth it to pay the $34 or the $35 to keep making double what I was making as a teacher, and soon to be quadruple? Like, obviously it's worth it. So the sky is the limit. So excited to just share with you guys. This is different. Sorry, I'm so excited about my promotion. It's really hard for me to think about anything these days. I'm not trying to be rude or anything. I'm all over the place. So we get paid 11 different ways as Plexus ambassadors, and one way is commission. You make money on the products that you sell to customers. We get bonuses when people order from us regularly as preferred customers. There's like a customer loyalty program, basically. Bonuses when someone joins our team. We get bonuses when we hit a new rank advancement in the company up to senior ruby. There are fast start achievement bonuses for people who hit the rank of gold in their first 20 days with the company. And the thing that really sets Plexus apart is the pay point system. And it's basically profit sharing built into the compensation plan. Pay points you get for people on your team in your first 7 levels underneath you when they order their own products each month, or when they get customers each month. We get paid on those people every single month. And just to give you an idea, as an Emerald Ambassador, the minimum is 1,500 pay points. And pay points last month were worth $3.08 each. And so a big chunk of my paycheck will be 1,500 pay points times. And so just be aware that, like, the earning potential, it is truly residual income. I truly do still get paid on work that I did in July and August of 2015. And if you understand the difference between residual income like this and a party planning company where it's mostly based on commission and sales, guys, Plexus is the real deal. I went on vacation last week. I don't normally go on vacation and, turn my phone off and all of that, but I turned my phone off all day, every day. I took a couple of minutes to check my messages every night and take care of my team. But I got paid when I was on vacation. I had about 30 people join my team while I was on vacation. And that's stuff that I'll get paid on. So if you truly understand residual income and look at our compensation plan, you'll see that it's different than anything else out there. And I'm proof that anybody can do this. So I'm just really excited for you to hear more stories tonight and see where Plexus takes you.
All right, thank you so much, Lauren, for taking time to come and share with all of us. I know you have a little baby who's probably needing you, so.
Yeah, thanks, you guys. I'm gonna hop off of here, but I just appreciate the opportunity to share.
Yeah, thank you so much. See you later.
Bye.
And Kaylin, I don't think I mentioned during when I was telling our story, but Tony, where she was talking about she got serious when she went gold, just today Tony achieved the rank of gold. So woohoo,
Yes.
really excited celebrating that, and I am inching closer to senior gold, which is the next level. So we'll have to post the income disclosure graphic to kind of show everyone what that means.
Yeah, we can do that for sure. Yeah, and I'm so excited. I should have said this earlier during my testimony about my health, but as far as the finances go, for me, I was definitely somebody too who started and was just like, I'm starting as an ambassador just to get my products at the cheapest price because that is an option. So when we talk about ambassadors, it's also kind of a wholesale customer option. So a lot of people sign up just to get their stuff at the cheapest price. That's it, because there's no requirement to do anything else. You don't have to buy any certain amount. You don't have to sell any certain amount. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to pay any fees for anything except for that one time a year access, like a Sam's membership. You pay one time to get access to the wholesale prices all year. So I signed up just to do that. But then as I was watching Lauren and watching Cassie and watching their success and realizing this is something anybody can do and it's right here, God has given this to me at my fingertips, that brought some dreams to life for me and my husband. And so right now we're living in a tiny single wide trailer because we sold our house a couple years ago because we knew we didn't want to be there anymore. So we're kind of camping here on some family's property. We've been trying to figure out where to go next when this Plexus thing happened. And so that gave us a whole new vision for what was possible for us and where we could go with this. So we are building our dream house right now, just down the road. The basement is going to be finished this week. And we are just so floored to see what God has done and the way he has opened these doors. And this is just the beginning of what we know he's going to do with this opportunity. But that's another thing. And I'm getting ready to go gold here at the end of this month. So I'm excited. I realized, Cassie, that we had a few more products that we had skipped over earlier on. So I didn't know, were you wanting to talk about the P96?
Oh, yes. I will.
Wow.
Sorry, guys. We were just so excited to tell you our stories. Another
Yeah, I'm so excited that Lauren was there.
Yeah, and super excited about her going emerald. Kind of, that's a big deal for all of us. Super exciting. But Plexus does now. While Slim is not a meal replacement, it's just something you take half an hour before a meal. Something. Tony, do you want to grab 96? I can show it. Send my husband on errands. But Plexus 96, it's called 96 because it has 96 calories, of course, unless you put it in milk or almond milk or coconut milk or whatever that would add to that. But it's a protein mix. It can be a meal replacement or a snack between meals or breakfast. And there's, thank you, Tony. They have chocolate and vanilla, and like everything Plexus has, they're just super picky about what they put in it. So it is individually packaged, which is awesome for on the roads. Throw some in your purse, and I've even mixed them in water because they still taste good to me. But a lot of people like to yeah, it's convenient. I just have my shaker bottle in my packet, and I can throw that in there. Has some vitamins and minerals and stuff, and it's and I won't list them all to you. We can get you the ingredient list if you'd like. But super awesome in between things. Yeah, awesome. Vanilla and chocolate. So chocolate is good. You can actually get like powdered peanut butter too and make it taste like a Reese's cup. Or I like the vanilla and throw some fruit in there and put it in a blender. Awesome.
The reason I love it is because it is non-GMO and it's whey protein and it's from grass-fed cows. It's the real deal, clean stuff. Like, I'm a crunchy mom. I'll admit it. That's totally me. That's just all what I'm all about now. So I would not be doing Plexus if this stuff was not clean and real and all that good stuff that actually
Yeah.
matters. Sorry, go ahead.
That's okay. Well, that's pretty much sums up 96. And it's also cold, processed cold instead of hot, which a lot of them, when they use heat, it destroys some of those nutrients. So Plexus just really goes out of their way to make things super good for you.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So the things that I forgot to mention are Plexus body cream, which I don't actually have a bottle of it. I have a picture. I don't know how much it can tell you, but
I have the bottle here. If you
yeah, you can see that's actually the gray that you're seeing. That's actually the cream inside. It is made with activated charcoal and spirulina algae, and so it's another thing, just like the triplex I was talking about, that is helping with inflammation and with detoxing and pulling toxins from your skin. So people who have a lot of issues with breakouts in their skin, like I noticed, there's been a few times that I've tried some trial packs, and a little goes a long way. So a trial pack lasts like almost a week for me, and I would try that, and my skin, the redness would be going away so quickly. I noticed different times with it, and it's just because it's healing your skin and bringing the inflammation down. People use it in all kinds of different ways for sunburns and bug bites and in their hair and just all things. So,
And
that
I was worried because it does have some natural oils, and I thought, oh no, my skin's oily anyway. I wonder if it would mess me up. But I use it every day on my face, and it's made a huge difference. Keeping it moisturized but not oily feeling at all. So super awesome.
yeah, and of course, again, where it's totally gray like that, it's because there's nothing artificial in it. So, but Plexus is not about artificial, not at all. So, one other thing, do you have block to hold up?
No, I don't. Sorry.
Block. Block is something else that helps a lot with blood because what it does is it blocks up to 48% of your carbs and sugars. So if you're having a meal with carbs in it, that's going to help block a part of that. And it's all natural ingredients. It's not some crazy, terrible, bad for you thing. Like it's just what it does is it neutralizes the enzymes that would break down that carbs and those sugars, and so your body doesn't absorb it all. And it helps a lot with keeping blood sugar stable with your meals. So for me, like I said, I changed my diet a lot. So I don't eat very often at all. I don't eat grains. I don't eat sugar. Um, if there's an occasion where I'm wanting to cheat, our birthday or something, if I want to get something for a birthday to cheat, then but I will get gluten-free pasta and take my block, and then I don't feel physically as bad or emotionally or mentally as bad about it. So it's really great for anything like that. So was there anything else that you wanted to mention, Cassie?
I think we pretty much covered it. Awesome products, but also awesome business opportunity if that's what someone wants, And I love how flexible it is because, like, my mom is an ambassador and she's not interested at all in, like, talking to people about it, selling. She just takes it, and that's fine. Like, she's on the triplex, and she's getting ready to try Nerve for the first time. She's super excited about, and she will talk to people. She loves it, but she doesn't sell anything to anyone or anything like that, and that's fine. And then there's people who just get their products covered, which is, that's pretty awesome that you have the ability to do that. And then there's people like us and Lauren who, want to go make something huge out of it and make our dreams come true, and that's pretty exciting too. I watched Lauren stay home from school with her baby, and then just a few months later I had my baby, and I had him at the end of last school year. So it's been summertime. It's a little surreal still, but I'm not going back to work next year, and that still hasn't, I don't think, sunk in yet, but just an awesome opportunity.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for being on here and being patient with our difficulties to start with. We really hope that this has helped to answer some of your questions. So I'm sure you probably do have more questions, more concerns. If you're skeptical, it is totally okay. I'd say every one of us was skeptical to start with. And so we want to hear what your concerns and questions are, because it's pretty likely that we could probably alleviate a lot of those concerns. So if you have any questions or anything, go to the ambassador who invited you, and we would be more than happy to give you more information. I won't take any more of your time this evening, but I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of the night, and hopefully we will be each talking with you all soon again. Bye.
See you all later.